is Assembly Hall in Champaign, Illinois, the home of Illinois basketball. And we have more than 16,000 fans here to watch the Illini take on the Boilermakers of Purdue.
Good evening, basketball fans. I'm Jim Shepard, and welcome to the Assembly Hall, home of the Fighting Illini. Let's now meet the starting lineups for tonight's Big Ten game between the Purdue Boilermakers and Illinois. For Purdue at a forward, a 6'7" junior from Toledo, Ohio, number 33, Todd Mitchell. At forward for the Illini, a 6'8" senior from Chicago, Illinois, number 33, Ken Norman. At forward for Purdue, a 6'5" senior from Washington, Illinois, number 20, Doug Lee. For the Illini, a 6'4" senior from Peoria, number 22, Doug Altenberger. At center for the Boilermakers, a 6'10" sophomore from Chicago, Illinois, number 35, Melvin McCants. On the pivot for Illinois, a 7-foot sophomore from Taylorville, number 54, Jens Kuyava. At a guard for Purdue, a 6'2" junior from Evanston, Illinois, number 21, Everett Stevens. For the Illini at a guard, a 5'10" senior from Peoria, Illinois, number 10, Tony Weisinger. At a guard for Purdue, a 6'4" junior from Anderson, Indiana, number 23, Troy Lewis. And for the Illini at guard, a 6'5" freshman from Carbondale, Illinois, number 35, Steve Bardo. Purdue is coached by Gene Cady, the Illini by Lou Henson, and the officials tonight are Phil Bova, London Bradley, and Rich Eichler.
Purdue really needs a big game tonight, Mike, from their inside guy, Melvin McCants, because when you look at Illinois, they do not have legitimate post play. Kuyava's getting a start over Lowell Hamilton. I'm not sure he can do the job. And they must control Norman. They can't allow Norman to go out and get 30 points tonight and dominate the interior. I really believe those two factors are mandatory if Purdue's going to get the W. Illinois to win, they have to control Troy Lewis offensively. The last game, Mike, he lit it up for 31. He had 39 against Michigan. He can flat out shoot it. And they must play 40 minutes of basketball instead of 38. They haven't been able to finalize in a lot of key games. Whenever it gets down to winning time, they seem to find a way to post the owl.
Lou Henson will start Jens Kuyava in the middle in place of Lowell Hamilton, who has played a little soft for them the last couple of games. And 16,000 people, most of them now on their feet. As Illinois and the home whites ready to go. And the tip controlled by the Illini.
You mentioned Lowell Hamilton playing soft the last two games. 2 points and 2 rebounds, and that has earned him a spot on the bench.
Weisinger will run the club. This is Bardo, who has also been starting of late. The last 5 games, he is not making mistakes, and here is the first turnover of the ball game. Everett Stevens, the Big Ten Player of the Week a week ago.
They got to go inside the McCants.
And they tried to, and Kuyava knocks it away.
Well, they should have reversed the ball, Mike. Reverse the ball and then drop it inside. Kuyava, number 54, getting the start over Lowell Hamilton, gives him a lot of size. We often say you can't teach that 7-foot size.
It's out of Taylorville, Illinois, via West Germany. Ken Norman back to Everett Stevens. Stevens in the backcourt with Troy Lewis.
I really like this backcourt. I rate him as one of the top 5 backcourts in the nation. Lewis and Stevens.
Lewis downtown. Troy Lewis bombs away. It's 3-0.
That's a rainbow jump shot. That is absolutely an NBA three-pointer. He shot that from 23-9.
He's been hitting 43.8% of his shots from three-point range. His backcourt partner, Everett Stevens, has hit 10 in a row from that range.
Stevens is a great defender, Mike. He's got long arms. He leads the club in block shots.
Altenberger found himself open, missed the shot, the rebound, went to McCants, who's averaging almost 6 boards a game. And it's an offensive foul on Todd Mitchell.
London Bradley with the call. Gene Katie wants the deuce. He said, hey, how about giving me the gentleman call? Give me a deuce. There goes Mitchell. Oh, yes, defensive player planted perfectly. Altenberger takes the charge, squares his body. He was the defensive player of the year in the Big Ten 2 years ago, and he's my choice this year, even though Gary Grant's getting a lot of noise about being the best defensive player in the league.
And the basket is overruled. Bardo misses the shot. Stevens gets the loose ball. Ahead to Lewis. Illinois back well on defense. Doug Lee, the hero of the first game, a three-pointer that sent it into overtime. And Lee will try a three-pointer here. 2 of those, and it's 6-0 Purdue.
Doug Altenberger is playing off Doug Lee, and I don't understand that. You would think to try to deny him the ball. He's a good stationary shooter.
And back comes Illinois. Ken Norman with his first 2.
They call him the Snake. He's absolutely a dominant player, the best senior power forward in America. He's getting a challenge, though, for that ranking from Armin Gilliam out of Nevada, Las Vegas.
Lee kicks it off to Mitchell. Acrobatic move for Mitchell.
They expect him to be a star, Mike. He has a tendency not to really live up to his great potential. What an absolute superb baseline drive.
He has been more effective in recent games and is getting more minutes. They used to bring Jeff Arnold in specifically for him. Now they bring Arnold in just to give him a rest and to give Arnold some playing time. Weisinger, short on his jumper. Another rebound to Mitchell.
Weisinger, normally a good shooter, plays the second guard because they want to use Bardo as a passer.
Lee picked up now by Altenberger.
I wouldn't be surprised to see Altenberger rotate over and play Lewis.
Stevens, good fake against Weisinger, but missed the shot. Norman got the rebound.
What a great body. He told me today, he said, Coach Vitale, I'm going to show you what great I really am.
And there, a bad pass as Lou Henson watches his club turn it over, down 8-2 at the 17-minute mark in the first half.
I like my hair do better than Henson's. I like my hair do better than Henson's.
Troy Lewis working with the left hand, gives it off to Stevens, the junior out of Evanston, Illinois.
Look at his defensive intensity. They're really playing hard here. See, Altenberger's playing off Doug Lee.
There's a whistle. We've got a holding foul. I believe it's going to be on Weisinger, his first.
Weisinger, number 10, an outstanding player for Illinois. He's an outstanding long-range shooter, good ball handler, but they like playing him at the second guard because they believe he has a tough time looking over the defenses because of his size.
First team foul against Illinois. Stevens inside to McCants. Little turnaround jumper won't go. There's Altenberger. Got the best 6'4" rebounding forward you'll find around.
He's the blood and guts of this team. They needed him last year, had that knee injury.
Norman, nice block to Bardo.
Excellent move without the ball by Bardo. He does a great job of cutting down the lane. He's a 6'5" rush. He gained the starting position against Ohio State when they blew out the Buckeyes in the second half.
They like him because he hasn't been making very many mistakes in the backcourt. Mitchell, offensive-minded, line drive jumper, hits it.
I love him. I really believe he can be an outstanding pro prospect. He's got the great body. As we take a look at the man-to-man defense, look at the pressure on the ball. A lot of intensity reflects Gene Katie, a real fighter and scrapper.
Norman inside from Altenberger, missed the shot. Altenberger kept it alive and knocked it off the hands of an Illinois player. We have a timeout with 15:37 to go in the half, a 6-point Purdue lead.
Score Delivery Pizza.
Ouch!
Minus the delivery price. For fresh delivery taste without the delivery price, it's DiGiorno.
Nasty cold, clipped her wings.
She's got the turnaround in the morning.
NyQuil.
Vicks NyQuil.
I'll be tip-top tomorrow.
Multi-symptom relief. So you wake up feeling...
Good morning.
Vicks. You're taken care of.
Want a great holiday gift idea for under $15? Introducing MicroTouch Magic, the magical micro trimmer with the built-in light. It spotlights the hair and makes it disappear. Look, now you see it, now you don't. It magically goes where other trimmers can't. Embarrassing nose hair, gone like that. Unsightly ear hair, watch it disappear. Need to trim the back of your neck? With Magic, you can do it by yourself. Look, it gets as close as a blade, yet it's safe to the touch. And the super bright light lets you see what you're doing and do the job right. Sideburns straight and even. Mustaches and beards are neat and clean. And for bushy eyebrows, just snap on the grooming guide and watch them transform right before your eyes. When it looks this good, this fast, it's got to be Magic. Powerful enough for the tough stuff, yet gentle even on the most sensitive skin. It looks like a magic wand, but the real magic is that you can replace all these trimmers with one that does a perfect job. And it's easy to use. What a great way to keep the man in your life perfectly groomed. Or for moms who want to keep their kids neat and clean between haircuts. So put a little magic in your life with the all-new MicroTouch Magic. A $30 value for only $14.99. Plus, you'll receive our deluxe 10-piece grooming kit, complete with every grooming tool you need to always look your best. A $20 value absolutely free. Yes, you get it all. The MicroTouch Magic with built-in light, plus our deluxe 10-piece travel kit, an incredible $50 value, both for only $14.99. This offer is not available in stores, so call and get yours now.
To order, have your credit card ready and call 1-800-409-3236. That's 1-800-409-3236. Call now and get the MicroTouch Magic with the built-in light, plus our deluxe 10-piece travel kit for only $14.99. Call 1-800-409-3236. That's 1-800-409-3236. Order now.
This is excellent offensive basketball, two-man play. Watch the execution. There's Doug Lee. Freeze it. See, now he's going to freeze the defense, and now watch number 33 sneaks right behind, and now here he is with the power drive. Freeze it. See how he seals off the defensive player? Now he comes back with his body, lays it on the glass, converts it. What an excellent two-man play. Really was initiated by Lee. Now take a look at Norman. A little spin move. And now watch the backdoor cut. Here he comes. Dump it. Freeze it. He spots his teammate running a backdoor cut, simply cutting behind the defensive player. Good move by Bardo.
Purdue has hit 4 of its first 6 shots. Illinois now 2 of 7.
Norman certainly didn't look good on that shot right there. Came up with a little AB, a little air ball. You talk about two tough competitors, Altenberger and Lee. Two tough kids physically. There they are matched up with each other.
Lee for 3. Missed that one. And Kuyala takes down the rebound.
He just takes a lot of space inside, great size. They just want him to get some glass like he just did.
He's a sophomore, 245 pounds.
Illinois is going to try and play a lot of two-man basketball, Mike. They're going to isolate Norman down in the boxes and try to put him on the same side with Altenberger. Now Altenberger is cutting off him. So they're going to try to clear out. They want to bring it back to Altenberger's side.
Weisinger, great dump off to Kuyala.
That's really excellent creativity by Weisinger. He made that play happen for the big fella.
10-6, Illinois down by 4.
Oh, look at that screen. Got to get over the top of those screens. You got to communicate when these teams are physical inside.
Jumper out of the corner, Lewis, and we've got a foul after the shot. Coming across with Steve Bardo to commit the personal, his first, team second.
McCants is trying to post inside, but they're not getting enough ball reversal. See, he's trying to lock him on his hip. He's trying to freeze it. They get it down into him. He's got the guy on his back, but now he's going to dump it back out. Freeze it. 3 men convert on him. He kicks it back out. A little two-man game. Not a good foul right there.
Stevens calling out his play.
I love the man-to-man intensity. Ken Norman said, I love playing against man-to-man. I hate those zones. I can't wait to get to the NBA.
Altenberger right on top of Lee, knocked it away. Mitchell dumps it back off for Lewis.
They put a lot of pressure on the ball, try to deny on the wings.
McCants. Illinois, nice job defense, and here comes Weisinger.
Great hesitation move, Mike. Excellent utilization of what we call the hesitation move. He freezes the defender, and then he blows right to the goal with the ball.
And it's been defensive pressure helping to bring Illinois back. They're down by 2.
They are so tough at home. Their record here is amazing. They had only got 1 loss this year to Iowa when they were 22 up in the second half.
Dick, you know how tough it is to play in here. This is where you lost one.
I lost my first game as a college coach here after beating a team that was in the top 10 in the nation, Michigan. And I cried all the way back home to Detroit.
Stevens can't hit the shot. Good rebound to Steve Barta.
They're getting only 1 shot, Mike.
Both teams have done well as far as team statistics and rebounding this year. Offensive foul on Weisinger, a little bit out of control that time, and it's 2 on the senior out of Peoria.
Watch Weisinger right now. He's going to demonstrate the hesitation dribble. Now here he comes. He freezes the defender. Little stutter step, and then he blows by him. All he needed was that little hesitation, and he gets right by Stevens. An excellent move going to the goal.
Showtime.
Oh, no. He does an easy way.
It looked like he couldn't make up his mind. Dick, he wanted to jam it and then thought he'd play it safe.
He lost his stride.
We're tied at 10 with 12:33 to go in the first half.
And a 6th man has arrived here in Champaign. Assembly Hall.
Kip Jones, number 30, into Purdue's lineup. They leave him open from 16, and he didn't want the shot. Lewis way short.
They're not getting really good ball movement and coming up with a good shot. Their shot selection is not what Gene Katie, I'm sure, likes.
Troy Lewis, Purdue's leading scorer, didn't look real good on that one. Altenberger, and it wouldn't fall for him.
Kip Jones is a tough player physically. They have to have some productivity out of Jones off the bench. Their starting 5 is the best in America, position by position, but their bench is limited.
Got a blocking foul called on Jeff Arnold, who checks in for the first time in the Purdue lineup, and Gene Katie doesn't like it at all.
Look at this intensity. That's Mike Ditka at his best. Judd Heathcote, Gene Katie, Gary Williams, and the General Robert Knight.
11:52 to go. First half from Champaign. We're tied at 10.
After a long discussion with my friends and my family, I've decided to sign with the Cleveland Browns, baby.
LeBron James done in the sports world.
LeBron electrifies football.
Unbelievable. Yeah,
LeBron, you're gonna miss the bus.
LeBron, wake up.
Everybody's on the bus.
When I'm there for the best day of the week, State Farm's there.
Let's go.
It looks like nothing else on the road right now, proclaims GQ magazine.
Did you see that?
The interior positively oozes class, raves car magazine. Slick and sensuous, boasts the Washington Times. The most striking VW in recent memory, declares...
Okay, I get it already. I think we were in a car commercial.
Number 1 Duke, number 4 Wake, Wednesday night hoops. With an arsenal of weapons, Duke is the nation's top-ranked team.
Are you kidding me?
Waiting in the wings is Wake Forest, looking to rebound from last week's upset.
Hey, the big question, can Duke's stifling defense contain Jeff Teague, the scorer whiz of Wake Forest?
A top 5 showdown on Wednesday night hoops presented by Disney Parks. Duke Wake Forest, 7 p.m. tomorrow on ESPN.
It'll be awesome, baby!
When it comes to going bald, you now have a choice. Advances in medical science have resulted in the world's first and only permanent solution to hair loss.
It is your real hair. It's your natural hair. You wash it, you cut it, you swim with it.
Bosley is the world's most experienced hair restoration experts, having pioneered virtually every major advancement in the art and science of hair restoration.
I'm very satisfied, very happy with what I've done. This has got to be one of the best decisions I've made in my life, I'll tell you that.
Bosley Hair Restoration is a relatively simple outpatient procedure. The results look completely natural, and it's affordable on nearly any budget. Call the toll-free number now to receive your free, no-obligation information kit that will help you decide if hair restoration at Bosley is right for you. You don't have to accept going bald. Do something about it right now.
Call 1-800-309-8414. That's 1-800-309-8414. Call now.
Mike, take a look at the way they're climbing on the glass right here. Oh, right there. Hold it. Freeze it. Oh, we had a little push right there, and they missed it by Hamilton on the top of the screen. Now he comes up with the offensive rebound. He goes up strong, but here comes Kenny Norman, number 33, the snake. He keeps it alive, and now he takes it right at the defense. Nice touch from out of Crane High School in Chicago. He originally committed to Wisconsin. Look at the field goal percentage tonight, 38% and 29, and that's certainly not what you would call outstanding shooting.
Both of these teams on the year shoot more than 51%. A lot of it, I guess, has to do with the defense and the intensity.
I really believe that's so true. That word intensity has really affected the shooting right now of both clubs.
Hope you'll stay with us at halftime. You're going to have host John Saunders with all the top 20 scores. Have a feature called the Big Ten Roller Coaster I think you'll enjoy. And Dick Vitale, as usual, speaks out tonight on a variety of subjects that I think you'll enjoy.
Little smorgasbord.
I'd ask you to spell it, but I'm not that courageous.
Don't ask me that. I was in the spelling bee when I was in the 6th grade.
For how long?
Not too long.
Weisinger goes down, and they'll call the foul on Stevens for a shove. That is 1 on Stevens. We're told the first game at Purdue, Dick, the first half field goal percentage, Illinois hit 72%, Purdue hit 56%.
Can you imagine shooting 72% and going home with a loss?
Yeah. Good look at Gene Katie, who's done a great job in West Lafayette.
All he needs is the visibility of a Final Four because he's one of the great coaches who a lot of people in America are unaware of.
Hamilton finally got one.
He's coming to play tonight, Mike. You could see that intensity. You could see that he really wants it. I think he got a little message from Lou Henson, who placed him on the bench, and he said, hey, I got too much pride to be sitting here as an all-time member.
In case you joined us late, that was a reference to Kuyava starting the ball game in place of Hamilton, and now we've got the foul.
Now look at this. He tries to come right over the top of the screen. Now there's the reach in. Pop the ball. There's the reach in. There's the foul right there. Stevens, number 21.
That's 2 on Everett Stevens. Todd Mitchell also has 2 for the Boilermakers.
Stevens is a great pro prospect. He's got long arms. He's 6'3". He's a tough defender. He can shoot the ball, and he's made the adjustment to playing the point guard position, number 21.
Norman back to Weisinger, back to Ken Norman. Guarded by Arnold.
Arnold's a physical player trying to lean on Norman.
Weisinger, tough shot. It won't go for him. Good rebound inside by Doug Lee.
Gene Katie going with size, playing Arnold and McCants together.
Troy Lewis, who hasn't been able to get on track. Here's the ball inside by Arnold. Now we got a jump ball situation. He lost it, but tied up Weisinger.
This is a must game for Purdue. They don't want to hear it, but 1 game behind as we look at the alternate possession. Possession goes to Illinois. To Purdue, to Purdue. With 1 game behind Indiana, a loss here can be devastating in their chances for the Big Ten title, playing Indiana on Thursday in West Lafayette.
Purdue has turned the ball over 7 times so far tonight. Illinois has done a great job of protecting and only 3 turnovers.
They run the motion game where you pass and you go away. Notice when they make a pass, they go away from the ball. There's Lewis. He'll make a pass entry. He'll try to go away. There he is.
Nice pass to Arnold, but great defense inside to knock it away, and Arnold was forced to travel after he lost the ball.
I believe he's got to get Mitchell. They need Mitchell scoring. He's got too much athletic ability to be resting on the pines. There, the ball goes inside. Now he goes after the loose ball. They get him for a little travel. Mike, I missed that one.
I missed it too. So did Gene Katie, who was really letting a couple of the officials have it. And an errant pass picked off by the Boilermakers.
Both clubs are really not playing well offensively. They're not making that 1 extra pass to get the good shot.
Good move by McCants. They got it where he likes it.
They got to get it to the big horse. He's one of my old wide bodies. I told him the other day, I'm picking you on an all-star team. Larry Finch of Memphis State, who's my rookie of the year in coaching, would be the coach of the wide bodies.
This is Gill. We're tied at 16 with 4:59 to go in the first half.
Both clubs do a good job of doubling up on a basketball. Once it goes to the baseline, you can rest assured you're going to be double teamed.
Just Tony Jones has gotten a lot more playing time as the season wears on. A good-looking freshman out of Fort Wayne to Arnold.
They're trying to develop some depth. They need it to play where they want to play. They want to get to that Final Four. They got to have at least 8 players, and that's Jones, Arnold, and Kip Jones coming off the bench.
Tough pass that time, and it's picked off by Hamilton. Great pass to Gill.
Gill, an outstanding athlete, converts in transition. I don't know about great pass, maybe lucky pass.
It got there, didn't it?
He threw an air ball pass, Mike, where he should have probably utilized the bounce pass. He was lucky to get away with it.
4:09 to go in the half. Illinois by 2.
You're right. The bottom line is he did get away with it, and that's all that counts. They've really contained Lewis. They're really playing him tough. They got to go to the horse. That's the guy. We talked about the keys early in the game. They got to establish a power game inside to Melvin McCants. Now they come back to the zone. Good move by Katie because they're not shooting the ball well.
Lewis only has 3 points on that 1 3-point shot. McCants has 6. Right?
I would get it to Altenberger for the shot. I'd rotate it and swing it to Altenberger on the wing. Stepping up on the wing right there.
For 3. Rimmed out on him. Altenberger not with much luck on the long ball tonight.
They designed a shot that they would like to get. They got it right in the hands of their shooter. He didn't miss. I was shooting around with him today at the shoot-around, and he didn't miss his shot.
Well, he's 0 for 6 tonight.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Come on, a little showtime. Yo! Hello! Hello!
Illinois up 20-18.
Little Skywalker. Here comes the 6th man. Should have been a walking
what a contact, a jump ball call.
What about a walking violation, Mike? Should have been a walking violation.
If he had turned over, I know that was what the call would have been. Let's watch.
Let's take a look right here. He's got to change pivot feet, hitting the deck of the floor. Richie Einhorst missed that call, baby.
Well, we'll talk about it when we come back. 3:03 to go, first half. Illinois by 2.
Going to bars and going to clubs, that really is a passive way of meeting people. eHarmony really is an active thing.
It's I'm ready, I want this. eHarmony is a tool in that choice.
Review all your matches for free. eHarmony.com.
The new everyday value menu at Sonic. Got a buck? Then drive in for a variety of great food, like a Junior Deluxe Burger, a chicken strip sandwich, or grab a delicious Junior Breakfast Burrito for just $1. Sonic's new everyday value menu. All this for $1 each.
I was getting depressed because of all the stress I was feeling at home. Had a poor credit score and the number would haunt me wherever I go. Thought I'd move to a place where my credit could stink and nobody would care. I just wish that somebody had told me that place was a Renaissance fair. FreeCreditReport.com. Tell your friends, tell your dad, tell your mom. Never mind them and singing our songs since we first showed up with our pirate hats on. If you're not into fake sword fights, pointy slippers and green wool tights, take a tip from a knight who knows. FreeCreditReport.com. Let's go!
Offer applies with enrollment in Triple Advantage.
Economy got you down? Mortgage payments, gas prices, and what about those utility bills? Introducing the economic stimulus package from Magic Jack. Magic Jack is the amazing money-saving device that eliminates your monthly phone bill, putting up to $1,000 a year back in your pocket, tax-free. Spend it any way you want. Take a trip. The choice is yours. It's your money. Magic Jack is America's largest telephone network, providing local and long-distance phone service at the lowest price in history. Only $39.95 for the first year, and then additional years drop to only $19.95. Imagine $19.95 a year, less than $1.75 for a month's worth of free local and long distance. You get a phone number for life, free voicemail, free caller ID, even free directory assistance. In 2009, Magic Jack customers will get back savings over $1 billion. How much will you get? Fire your phone company. Start saving today.
Mike, I guess they're entitled to miss one. I really believe right here, as we take a look, that when he falls to the deck, he changes his pivot feet. He hits the deck. The ball is still in his possession. He's rotated, moved his pivot feet. See, look at his pivot feet. They've been moving all over the floor. Now he gets the jump ball.
I thought it was a traveling Dick because I thought he lost possession, got it back and didn't move. I like the takedown, though, on the jump ball situation.
11 turnovers for Purdue, 5 for Illinois. The one thing, Illinois has not been able to really convert those turnovers into a lot of scores. The one thing you'd like to do in forcing the turnover, which is a key to a transition game, is you'd like to convert at least 60% in your running game.
We've got 3 minutes and 3 seconds to go in a very low-scoring but intense first half.
Gene Katie's going to stay with the zone until Illinois can prove they can shoot the ball. Now, we know that Altenberger can shoot it, and so can Weisinger.
Pretty pass inside to Hamilton. Good pump fake, and again, he doesn't get the break. The shot won't go for him, but Doug Lee gets the foul.
Lowell Hamilton's a 6'7" jumping jack. He's got great legs. I remember him in the McDonald's All-American game that we did on ESPN, Mike, and he had the great bounce and great legs. I personally think he got a little bit overrated out of high school, and the expectations were too great for him to meet. Very similar to Antoine the Judge Joubert, who's been a good player at Michigan, but very difficult to live up to the reams and reams of publicity.
Hamilton has struggled at the free throw line, as you saw, misses the first.
He's the nicest kid going, but they all believe he's a little bit soft. He's not tough enough physically. In high school, he was able to get away at the level he played with his great legs and his bounce off the floor.
Missed them both. Lewis brings it down. He's only had the one three-point shot. He's their leading scorer at 18.9 a game.
They've really done a job shutting him down defensively. Bardo's playing him very tough at 6'5".
Kip Bardo right there. Bounce pass.
Good defensive anticipation by Bardo. Really locked it up, Troy Lewis.
Bardo at 6'5" can either play the small forward or the big guard.
See, Bardo's got to drive it right in the air and then kick it to the wings. You got to drive it right down the seam at that double. See, now he's going to drive it. Now he can't hold the ball like that. You got to drive it at the top two guys and pinch the two and then kick it to the wing. He's given up his dribble too early. See, right there.
Blackwell back to Bardo. Shot clock is at 16 seconds.
Blackwell's a real enigma. He's a kid that scored 28 and 24 against Michigan and Michigan State. See, that's what he did in high school.
And he missed again.
That's what he did in high school, Mike. He just jumped and jumped and jumped. He was blessed with those great wheels, and he was able to score. He's playing aggressively tonight.
He certainly is, and if there wasn't a personal lid on the basket for him, he'd have a dozen by now. Jones, jump ball situation. Another great defensive play by Illinois inside.
We talked about the bounce of Hamilton. You take a look inside. Number 45 comes up with the offensive rebound once, twice, goes up again and converts it this time. I don't know why a guy would want to blow the whistle in this league. It is tough. With these coaches on the sideline chewing you up like the Pac-Man, I mean, they just come after you every play. They got to love it. And they are an important part of this game.
Doug Lee gets it to Tony Jones, who's had a lot of minutes here in the first half. Mitchell. Lewis guarded by Bardo. Got by him this time. Pretty move by Troy Lewis, and bodies fly.
No one rotated over at all, Mike, defensively, and that's a no-no. You got to rotate over from the help side and close down the driving angle.
Illinois with the basketball and a two-point lead. Ken Norman.
Oh, that's an excellent, what we call the zigzag move, to the post and the weak side.
Bardo forces this one, comes up short. Loose ball, Doug Lee. And Purdue can hold for a shot. But Mitchell, I don't think, is going to. Loose ball, Blackwell.
2-on-1, got to make the play right here. Got to give it back. Yes, sir.
Well from Bardo.
The key there, Mike, is to stay a little wider than the lane. So one guy cannot play two people. If you get close together, one guy can shut down the two offensive players. I mean, they are knocking people down against the screen.
There is contact everywhere.
And there'll be contact here again Sunday when Indiana comes in. They got a date with Ohio State Wednesday.
Clock is down to 6 seconds, and they'll call Bardo for holding inside. We have Bardo with 3 personal fouls. Well, the meek may inherit the earth, but they wouldn't want to play in this game.
Hey, don't use those fancy sayings on me. Meek, inherit the earth. I can't understand all that. Mike, come on out. Oh, look at this. Coming off the screen, he gets knocked to the deck. Troy Lewis says, hey, it wasn't like this when I played in high school, when I played in Anderson, Indiana, where I was co-basketball of the year player with Delray Brooks, now playing for Ricky Pitino. Garden will be rocking and rolling when
Wednesday
Providence
night
hooks up with Seton Hall, and then you got the big second game, Syracuse and St. John's.
Bartlett goes to the bench with the 3 personals.
You know, when I think of Syracuse and Jimmy Boeheim, I certainly think of Lou Henson and Wick Sanderson down at Alabama. They're 3 of my old crybabies. They never saw a foul.
Jones misses the shot. Boys, their contact inside. 3 seconds. Trying to get the last shot. Weisinger good at the goal. Had a shot at it.
Get out the helmets, Mike. Get the helmets, baby. This is football time.
We'll issue shoulder pads, helmets, and mouthpieces in the second half.
Score Delivery Pizza.
Ouch!
Minus the delivery price. For fresh delivery taste without the delivery price, it's DiGiorno.
We got ADT because I walked in on a burglary once. The physical damage was pretty bad. The emotional toll was even worse. Our daughter had nightmares. What that robber really took from us was our peace of mind. With ADT, we got it back.
Every 15 seconds, a burglary takes place in the United States. Help protect your family with a fast alarm response of ADT. A single ADT system can help protect your home from burglary, fire, and carbon monoxide. When an alarm is received, ADT can call the local authorities for help. And you get this monitored protection, plus great local service, all for about $1 a day. And only ADT offers a theft protection guarantee.
Take it from me, the time to think about a security system isn't after something bad happens. It's before.
Call now and save over $250 when you buy ADT's family package. And ask about our new technology, like our keychain remote. ADT, always there.
Across Canada in 11 months, raising over $14 million to fight heart disease. He covered over 5,000 miles, averaging 100 miles per day. Manson says he wants to thank all who donated to his cause and wants to remind us that even though his journey is over, the battling
What?
with heart disease.
Nothing.
So the lucky winners of this past weekend's Super Lottery draw. The pair came forward to play for $11 million.
Cavs, Pistons. Coverage begins Sunday at 2 Eastern on ABC.
Are you one of the...
Always paid off my credit cards, but when I lost my job, I couldn't keep up.
When I got my credit card statement, I knew I was in deep trouble.
We thought we were ready for retirement.
But on our fixed income, the credit card payments were just impossible.
If you're struggling with credit card debt, now a solution is only 5 minutes away. Debt.com is the answer to reducing and eliminating your credit card debt, starting with just one call.
Debt.com hooked me up with a professional who got me payments I could afford.
Now we're in control again.
I don't know how we would have made it without Debt.com.
My credit cards are under control now. I can't imagine what I would have done without Debt.com.
It can happen to anyone, at any time, and it's probably not your fault. Talk to a professional who specializes in your situation, and you could start reducing your debt in the next 5 minutes. Call Debt.com for a confidential free consultation and fix it fast.
Call 1-800-506-6029 now.
Time score here at Champaign, Illinois. The Fighting Illini 24, the Boilermakers 20. Mike Patrick and Dick Vitale with you. Glad you could join us on another great Monday night for Big Ten basketball. And if you like physical basketball, we got it.
Mike, this is the most physical I've ever seen two teams play this year, and I've done a lot of games. Now watch the rotation here. They come over very slowly as Lewis gets over for the layup. Now look at the contact with Altenberger. No call, no whistle. Let them play. It's Big Ten style. I think this comes back to haunt these teams in postseason tournament. These officials that allow the contact. Look at McCants trying to get it free. He pushes off. Now here comes the loose ball. Everybody going after it. Get the helmets out. Get Mike White of Illinois. Freddie Akers. Now look at the bump right there. No call on Lee. Now they run the ball up the court. Weisinger gets to the foul line. He pulls up like a good point guard's supposed to do. Here goes Brick City. Now watch the rebound. They attack the glass. They're really banging and pushing and shoving. And now we're going to watch Hamilton on the offensive boards. The ball goes down inside. Now White, watch here. Freeze it right here. Now we take a look right here. 4 guys are going to converge on a snake. He goes up. Kenny Norman. Look right now, 22. Freeze it. Look at Altenberger, number 22. Watch the little push. He clears out the area for Hamilton, number 45. Freeze it. See, now Hamilton has the offensive board. Look at number 30 going to the deck. Phil Bova swallows the whistle. He says, let him play, baby. And now he goes up the second time, and up he goes. Hey, Phil sees my favorite barber, too. Look at him with that ball dome. He makes my all dome.
Look at his shooting percentages. Illinois had 32 shots to 19 for Purdue, but they only shot 34%.
Look at Illinois, 0 for 6 from three-point land, and you know Altenberger can shoot that three-point shot as well as Weisinger. Free throws, 0 for 1. No, all that physical play, and we've seen 5 free throws shot in the first half.
It's unbelievable. Rebounds, pretty good. Illinois had overcame an early lead for Purdue.
Mike, there's a philosophy in the Big Ten where they allow the physical contact. We see the turnovers 13-5, but Illinois has not really converted a lot of points off those turnovers. Only a 3-point edge, and yet they've had 8 less turnovers. Now offensive rebounds, which shows aggressive play. Illinois with 6, Purdue with 1, converted those 6 to 4 points.
I think Hamilton has 5 of the 6, and he just hasn't had any luck at all inside shooting on the follows.
Mike, I'd like to clarify that point. What I simply mean, with all the physical contact that goes on in the Big Ten, then they go to the NCAA, and you got a different rhythm and a different timing. And since 1981, the Big Ten has not been very effective in postseason play. I think another reason for that is the lack of a postseason tournament where the kids do not play in a single elimination situation. I look for that tournament to be a reality in about 2 years and go to a round robin of 14 games instead of 18.
Norman had it stripped, another loose ball, 4 bodies, make it 5 on the floor, and we got a jump ball situation. Possession arrow will give it to Purdue. Dick, one thing we might point out, maybe the play is a little ragged tonight because both teams have been off so long.
That's a good point. They haven't played in 9 days, but you would think by this time of the year the teams would have their offenses down, the timing, the rhythm to their offenses. They've been working out.
Stevens gives it off to Lee. Back to Lewis and to Stevens. Good pass inside to McCants. McCants had it knocked away and stolen by Norman.
Good defensive play. Got him as he was going up.
Altenberger. Norman. A lot of contact, and they finally blow the whistle and call one on McCants.
They got to blow it early in the half here so you can have some rhythm to this game and have some basketball. As you look at Gene Cady, he changed his outfit. This afternoon, he had a nice black jacket on, looked beautiful. I said, you really look sharp. Look at the play inside for the deuce. Good out-of-bounds play.
Illinois now with a 6-point lead, 19-15 to go in the ball game.
Perfect execution on the ball coming in from him out of bounds. Oh, he's got to hit this open shot.
Way short, couldn't pull the trigger as Mitchell just short-armed it.
That's a man rebound right there. Get a timeout, get a TO, Gene Cady. They're ready to rock and roll here. Get a TO, baby.
Weisinger to Gill on the alley-oop. Kendall Gill gets his 5th and 6 points, and Illinois goes up by 8.
2 parties serving 100-calorie snacks. What's the best call? Chips or Orville Redenbacher Smart Pop?
6 word.
Hungry.
Starving.
Orville's 100-calorie Smart Pop gives you more.
My name isn't Orville Redenbacher.
Are you going to the bathroom more than ever?
You're not alone.
Waking up a lot at night to go.
Stopping and starting.
Feeling that urgency.
You're not alone.
Lots of guys get urinary symptoms due to BPH, also called an enlarged prostate. And for many of these guys, prescription Flomax reduces their urinary symptoms due to BPH in 1 week. Only your doctor can tell if you have BPH, not a more serious condition like prostate cancer. Avoid driving or hazardous tasks for 12 hours after your first dose or increase in dose, as a sudden drop in blood pressure may occur, rarely resulting in fainting. If considering cataract surgery, tell your eye surgeon you've taken Flomax. Common side effects are runny nose, dizziness, and decrease in semen. Want to learn more about your urinary symptoms? You're not alone. Talk to your doctor and see if Flomax is right for you. For a free 1-week trial, call 877-4FLOMAX. For many men, Flomax can make a difference in 1 week.
You hear that? What's that sound like to you?
Defeat? Nope, not to me. To me, it sounds like victory.
Strong under pressure. Jeter and his Gillette Clinical Strength Antiperspirant with 34% better wetness protection than a prescription product.
Every day is a walk in the park, even in this park.
Jeter's not going for anything less.
Let's see how the parties are going now.
Guess the party's over.
Orville's 100-calorie Smart Pop gives you more.
My name isn't Orville Redenbacher.
Excellent offensive transition game. They beat Purdue down the floor. They throw the lob. Weisinger, excellent timing. Here's the play by the Frosh. Kendon Gill, up he goes, up and away. And there's Purdue standing, staring. Didn't do a good job defensively getting back in transition. And look at Illinois. 12 fast break points to 0 for Purdue.
Usually you need some easy shots.
You do. Offensively, you got to score off the defense, and you got to get some easy baskets. You can't rely on a 5-on-5 game all the time, Mike.
Purdue, a game behind Indiana in the loss column. This is a critical game for them. Illinois, with 4 losses in the Big Ten, trying to play spoiler.
They're trying to save some pride. They want to beat one of the heavyweights. They have not beaten Purdue, Indiana, or Iowa.
Bodies go everywhere as Stevens missed. That's going to be goaltending.
He's got to score the basket. Score the basket.
They will call a foul, and Gene Katie is absolutely outraged.
These officials are missing a lot of calls. I don't blame Katie. We're not having a really well-officiated game. You take a look right here. Right here. Freeze it. Oh, that is definitely goaltending. There it is, and he grabs the rim on top of it. Should be a technical also, grabbing the rim. Phil Boba's staring at the floor. Never watched the action.
Gene Katie is inviting a technical. He is really going after one of the officials who was standing in front of the Purdue bench and did not make the call on the goaltender.
He told me today, he said the officials in this league aren't calling enough technicals. They're allowing the coaches to run rampant on the sidelines. He said they got to bang us. Myself, they got to bang the general, and they got to bang a lot of people because we're just running up and down the sideline.
Lee got the bounce on the second one. It's back to a 6-point game.
You can only hang on the rim in protecting yourself as you're getting fouled in the attempt to score. You can only hang shooting and getting fouled on the play.
Weisinger against Stevens, and Stevens commits the foul and then looks at the referee like all I did was knock him down.
Stevens got the long arms. He's been a no-show today. We have not seen the real Everett Stevens. Didn't score a point in the first half, Mike.
Big Ten Player of the Week last week for 2 outstanding performances. And Weisinger, the senior out of Peoria, will go to the line. He's an 85% free throw shooter.
You look at Illinois, I really believe they've overachieved most of the year. They lost 4 quality players last year. They lost Winters, Douglas, Mintz, and also a kid by the name of Welch, a 6'9" player. They've beaten Pittsburgh. They've beaten some really solid teams in addition to their record in the Big Ten.
They've lost 4 games in the Big Ten by a total of 12 points. One heartbreaker after another.
22-point lead here, 61-39 against Iowa, and ended up losing that game.
And that will take a lot of starch out of it. Stevens tries the alley-oop, and Altenberger is right there to pick it off. Great defense.
Yeah, he anticipated well. He saw the ball in his man, which is a must defensively.
You don't fool Altenberger very often. Gill got it into Hamilton, and Hamilton called for the offensive foul, pushing off.
That was a good call by Phil Boba. Here comes Lewis right now. Flashing to the ball with a back screen. Now look at the communication. They switch. Excellent job switching by Altenberger, but they did a great job, Norman and Altenberger, communicating on the rear screen.
Stevens trying to get something started. This is Lee. Good pass inside. Loose ball after contact. Out of bounds, and McCants lost it.
Lee with the 1 extra pass. Good look, but he did have the wide open little 12-foot jump shot, Mike.
Dick, early in the game, they got the ball inside of McCants twice. He hit 2 quick turnaround shots, and we haven't seen much of him since. Weisinger, Altenberger. Bad pass there.
Yeah, both teams are really telegraphing their passes. Purdue really not running the ball up the court quickly. That time they did, and they scored. They ran it up to their designated fast break, got it to their shooter on the wing, and they converted.
29-24, 16:52 to go in the ball game. Altenberger for three. Got it! And a foul inside.
Just a matter of time. He's too good a shooter, Altenberger, to keep him under control. He's my kind of player, number 22. You talk about a tenacious player, a tough kid. Here he is, comes off a little screen, pops out to the three-point line. Now he plays a little game of horse. He squares his body. Lee a little bit late, rotating out. And there's the signal for the three-point play.
You know who was the most grateful player in this building to see that go in? Doug Altenberger. He was 0 for 6 until he made that one. And there's McCants going out with his second personal.
He's too good a shooter. You can't control a guy with his kind of shooting ability.
So what this means in a non-shooting foul, Illinois will get the ball out of bounds after making the three-pointer, and Kuyava comes back in.
They had a chance for a 6-point possession before Purdue touches the ball.
Get it into Weisinger. It's 32-24. The lead is 8.
They're in a 1-4 set. There it is.
Certainly 3 more. Kuyava kept it alive, and Gill has it. Well, they only get 5 out of the possession, but not bad.
They are really the aggressor tonight. They are beating Purdue to the basketball.
34-24. The lead has climbed to 10 with 16:22 left.
They need a three-point shot out of either Lee or Lewis to stop this Mo.
Stevens just inside the line, and Everett Stevens gets it.
They're relying too much on their half-court game, Mike. Their defense is not forcing any kind of turnovers that can lead to easy baskets in transition.
Stevens on Weisinger.
No, push. Stay up.
See a lot of balance on the floor. Excellent screening inside.
Kuyava missed it badly, but Ken Norman with great inside position on Lee.
Nolan lays a body on Norman, and he gets open for the offensive board. Now we take a look at the defense of Illinois. Nothing tricky. Straight head-to-head, man-to-man defense, fighting over screens.
Jumper short by Stevens. Good rebound inside to Arnold.
Arnold was going to accept a volleyball scholarship to UCLA. One of the great volleyball players of all time. Keith Erickson played there.
Lee draws the block. And Kendall Gill, who's played very well tonight, picks up the personal.
Kendall Gill's got those long arms, which you like out of a defensive player. Very quick. There's the head fake. He's in triple threat position. Little head fake. The defensive player is late rotating over. Good call by Phil Bova. Like that call. He called it with authority, and he called it quick.
Lee has hit both of his free throw attempts tonight. 75% free throw shooter.
He's one of my old Kurt Rambis players, a kid that's very physical, tough, gets maximum out of his body.
One of the big differences tonight for Purdue in the game at West Lafayette, Lewis had 31 points. Tonight he has 8.
We said they had to contain him, and they have done a great job of shutting him down, Mike. They've really done a tremendous job of denying him the ball, forcing him out, not to where he can get his shot.
There you see the numbers on Lee.
Lee only had 1 basket last time, the big three-pointer to tie up the game in OT. Should have never happened. Lou Henson should have ordered his kids to foul. 3 points up, 4 seconds in a game. He allowed him to shoot the ball. I disagreed with him on that philosophy, and I told him that today. He said, well, I'm not so sure.
Altenberger and Lee matched up, and Lee cut him off at the baseline. Kuyava. Nice move!
If they get anything out of the big guy from West Germany, the drop step, the slam jam, man, look at him, he's excited.
He just shocked everybody with that one.
He shocked me. They told me no offensive ability inside, very limited offensively, and I'm going to tell you something, that was a major league move to the goal.
Yes, it was, and Lou Henson would like to see that about 10 times a game. Mitchell had it blocked, but the foul will be on Gill.
They are making the calls a lot quicker, and I really like that. The officials are making the calls much quicker than in the first half. See, now watch him right here. He gets him on the hip, spins him to the, freeze it. He spins him. See, he's got him sealed off. Look at the bottom foot. The foot's got the defender at his mercy, and he takes it up strong. Number 54, Jens Kuyava.
Mitchell will go to the line, 71% shooter. Got the roll, and they cut it down to 9, a single-digit lead. That's very important.
Mitchell and Troy Lewis visited the UCLA campus, and they were thinking seriously of going to UCLA. Became buddies and now are roommates over in West Lafayette at Purdue.
Weisinger, good play to save it. Goes into Gene Katie's lap.
Purdue's got to shut them down defensively. They really got to do something with their defense if they want to get out of here with the win.
Ken Norman. Line drive, jumper, and got it.
He's got 17-foot range. He's really worked on improving his perimeter skills. He's always been a scoring horse around the boxes inside.
It looks like he is going to be the first player ever to play for Lou Henson, averaging more than 20 points a game. The Snake has 8 tonight. Crowd wanted to walk, didn't get it. Tony Jones back in there. Lewis for 3. He's been off tonight, can't hit this one. Kuyava with a rebound.
They're getting a positive game out of Kuyava, and that's a surprise here.
Altenberger missed the shot after contact. Norman missed the follow, but we've got the foul.
Phil Bova's really trying to take control of this game, and I like seeing that right now. So they drive it down to Altenberger. They're in a triangle. There's the power move. Squares his body. Lost control of the ball. See, he lost control of the ball on the shot. And there's the horse, Norman. This guy's a Clydesdale. I mean, he is strong.
Altenberger 2 out of 2 from the line. Jones and Mitchell will go out for Gene Katie's Boilermakers.
There comes Melvin McCann. It's a wide body. They got to get this big fella the ball down in the trenches inside as Arnold goes to the sideline.
Ken Norman, even with his team only having 40 points, having a good night, 8 points, 9 rebounds.
You talk about some of the outstanding seniors who are power forwards. You talk about Armin Gilliam, who sparked Nevada Vegas. What a comeback, down 19, and they come back and win by 12. Look at the hand right now. Kendall Gill.
Gill gets a great hand as he goes out. He's getting more and more minutes as the season goes along.
Horace Grant's also an outstanding power forward prospect out of Clemson. Now here goes the face guard pressure. They're trying to keep the ball. Right now they're going to funnel it. They're trying to funnel it to the sideline. Notice the defensive player. He's trying to force him to the sideline. See, he's driving him to the sideline. They run a curl move. Curl move simply means you come from the baseline and you curl off a post player to the top of the circle.
Illinois, great shooting in the second half. They have hit 7 of 10. Lewis trying to make something happen. Blocked by Kuyava.
Kuyava again with a good rebound.
Norman.
Tried to overpass that basketball, trying to look a little bit too spectacular.
You wonder about Lewis being used to contact out there. He's been given a black eye, and a cut under the other eye in 2 weeks, and they've all happened by his teammates.
Looks like he's getting ready to fight Marvin Hagler. That's going to happen to Sugar Ray Leonard when he hooks up with him.
Come on.
He's going to get blasted. Let's not even argue about that. You and I argue about that in the lounge.
Kuyava gets the personal foul. It is a 12-point lead, and Purdue has got to do something about that dozen-point lead. They have 13 minutes and 1 tick of the clock.
Kuyava has really been a surprise here today. The kid from out of West Germany is 7-footer, 245 pounds.
Lewis had a good screen, moved inside it, and missed the shot. Bardo with a rebound. Altenberger. Oh, he's clobbered by Lee, although he helped initiate the contact.
Remember, this kid came off knee surgery. If he didn't have knee surgery, Gil Brandt of the Dallas Cowboys would want this guy, number 22. He leans in. He draws the contact by leaning in.
2 on Altenberger, or 2 on Doug Lee, and Altenberger will go to the line where he's 2 for 2.
You should have heard him today at the shoot-around. He and I were out here alone before everybody came, and he just spoke in raving terms about Lenny Bias and what it was for him to try and check him. He said Lenny Bias was unstoppable. And then he had his showdown, he said, with Kenny Walker, the same thing, and Dennis Hobson. And now he's got to get ready later this week. He's got Hobson on Wednesday and then Alford on Sunday.
He draws a lot of tough assignments, doesn't he?
Well, he's considered to be the best defender in the league. There he is drawing a charge.
No call on that play. And Stevens gets the ball across. There wasn't as much contact on that play as it looked like. Illinois tonight with 14 steals in this game. That's unbelievable.
They're really playing tough man-to-man defense. They're denying on the wings. They're helping out defensively. They're very physical. The officials allowing them to play, and that's right to their style.
Lee for three. Won't go. Rebounded Norman.
He is some kind of rebounder. He is a Windex man. He just cleans the glass, Mike.
Illinois with a chance to build on a 13-point lead.
They haven't been good down the stretch. They've really struggled in the last 5 minutes of games against heavyweight teams. Then they are flashing all kinds of signals on the sideline. Lou Henson and his staff. Now you tell me what the 12th play is. I have no idea.
That's it.
Altenberger says, forget about the 12th play. No cuts, no screens. Let me shoot the jumper. And Lou Henson yells, I love it, Doug. Forget about the 12th play.
Doug Altenberger wants this game so badly. He missed the technical at the end of overtime in the first game that could have tied it up. And Doug Lee answers at the other end. But the lead had gone to 16. Biggest of the ball game.
Remember, I don't want to remind these fans, they also had Iowa down 61-39 in the second half and left the building with a big L.
They know no lead is safe this year. But Illinois looks sharp here in the second half.
They're one of the heavyweights. You look at that league, there are 4 heavyweights. There'll be 6 teams from this league in the NCAA.
Norman tried to keep it alive, and they're going to call Ken Norman for coming down the lane.
Again, a good call. Poor play by Norman. A guy that's a senior, he's their leader, takes a bad shot, number 1, and then compounds it with the over-aggressiveness and going after the offensive rebound.
Rapidly moving ball game. We only have 11:05 left, and it's Illinois by 14.
I had a mental image of who I was supposed to meet, the perfect guy. I just didn't know where he was.
We first talked on the phone 6.5 hours right into the early morning. We did that for some time. Then we met.
And we just saw each other and instant connection. Snap. Joshua is a geeky chemist, but he is artistic, spontaneous.
One night we tackled a big
giant
6-foot canvas together. She took half and I took the other half.
It came out. It was amazing.
Everything we do together is fun. Building a store together was a blast.
We're dancing at 5 in the morning with drywall dust all over us and mud and splatter paint.
There's this part of my life now that felt like she should have been there the whole time. And now it doesn't matter about the past. She's here now, so we're going to hit it full force.
See how it feels to be matched based on compatibility. Log on and review your matches for free. eHarmony.com.
That's the money you could be saving with Geico. What?
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
It's the money you could be saving with Geico. You were made for each other. You like money. He likes money. Well, he is money.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
When they told us Walmart could cash our paychecks, government checks, or tax refunds for only $3 each, we didn't know what to think. I mean, that's a big difference.
We used to pay $8 at other places.
Well, Jeff did the math, and it just so happens we could save a lot.
Around $200 a year.
Believe me, there's a lot we can do with that.
Oh, yeah.
Works for me.
Pocket more of your paycheck. Come to Walmart's Money Center or customer service desk and cash your checks for no more than $3 each. Save money. Live better. Walmart.
With the phone company, you can get voicemail.
Hope you didn't leave yet. It's a left on Bank Street, not a right.
With Vonage, you can get voicemail as email, wherever you are. Vonage works by connecting your high-speed internet with your phone. Get Vonage and get visual voicemail. Also get unlimited calls, just $24.99 a month. Call 877-4VONAGE and get your first month free.
Wednesday. Being a cop has always been dangerous.
I'd like in on this one.
You just got shot. But it's never been this deadly.
It's like it's from an alarm clock.
They're targeting cops. People gives it 4 stars with a cast to die for.
We already know the target of the next bomb. It's you.
ABC's Life on Mars. All new Wednesday at 10/9 Central after an all-new Lost on ABC.
Australian Open quarterfinals coverage tonight at 9:30 on ESPN2.
Tomorrow, Duke, the nation's top-ranked team, number 4 Wake, looking to rebound from last week's upset. Duke Wake Forest, 7 p.m. tomorrow on ESPN.
We're going to watch a clinic defensively by number 22 in white, Doug Altenberger. He's going to do what we teach at clinics in teaching man-to-man defense, help and recover defense. Now, you take a look. He's playing Lewis. Now he's going to go down inside, freeze it. He's going to give help. See, he's giving help. Now he recovers back out to the player he's playing. See the recovery? Now he goes back down, and he gives help again. Freeze it. Now he comes back out again and plays on Lewis and really gets in his face and makes him take a really forced shot. What a clinic on help and recover. The art of playing man-to-man defense, and that's why he's my choice as the best defensive player in the Big Ten. As we look at the offensive rebound story,
can't give a team that many second chances, and Illinois now starting to burn Purdue, leading the Boilermakers 46-32. We have 11:05 to go.
Purdue lines up out of a 1-4. They put 4 guys across the foul line, break a guy for the basketball, and then Illinois just drops back. And now, excellent coaching move by Lou Henson. He changes defensively into a 2-3 zone. You won't see it long. He knows Purdue's struggling shooting the ball, and that's one of the assets of a zone. That's one of the assets of the zone defense.
They may have to go to Doug Lee, who's their leading scorer with 11 points.
I mean, Illinois on defense. I got all screwed up here, Mike. Illinois on defense. I've been known to get screwed up there.
Lee on the follow, lost it out of bounds. Last touch by Illinois, though.
Good move by Lou Henson, going to the zone defense.
Now, this is what Lee, I think, would rather see than a tough man-to-man.
The reason I mentioned it's a good move, it's because right now during a timeout, normally Gene Katie would be going through his man-to-man offensive set. Now they rotate back into the man-to-man. They rotate back into man-to-man. Don't allow you to get into a rhythm.
McCants wants the ball, got it back.
I like McCants. I just don't think that they create enough shots for him by moving the basketball, reversing it so he can get people on his hip.
McCants has 6. The lead is cut back to 12. We're nearing the 10-minute mark. Altenberger just had to dump it off, and Hamilton picked it up.
Illinois has had a number of bad spurts in games, which have allowed teams to get back in the game against them. All it takes is a 3 or 4 minute drought.
Out of the corner, Gill. That's the first shot he's missed tonight.
That's an air ball. Here comes one of the first times that they're able to get their transition game up for a layup. If another score comes, I would get a timeout if I were Lou Henson.
Lewis ahead of the pack. That is only the 4th field goal that Purdue has scored in the second half. They're 13 out of 31 shooting in this ballgame.
They're in their motion game or their half-court game. Pass and go away.
Hamilton with another offensive rebound. And now Lee's got it.
They score right here. I would get a timeout. They're beating them down the court now. There's a foul.
Foul by Bardo. And that will be 4 on Bardo.
Lou Henson needs a timeout. He's got to get Bardo out of the game also. Number 35, Bardo. See, now we're going to watch the missed shot right here by Hamilton. He's not really a good shooter. He's a good offensive rebounder. The ball is now thrown up the court. Nobody rotates back quick enough. They spot McCants, and there's McCants, the receiver. Wide open, takes the ball, and there's Bardo. Bardo grabs him on the arm.
So McCants will go to the line, and Bardo has to go to the bench with 9:07 left.
You know they're not getting back defensively when a member of my all-wide body beats them down the floor. I mean, Melvin McCants beat him down the floor.
McCants hits this one, now 7 points.
I would get a timeout right after this conversion because it would be a run of 6 points. They've had a history of allowing leads to disappear. His team needs to be talked to just from a confidence standpoint because you start to believe you're going to lose the lead.
McCants, not a good free throw shooter, but he hit them both, and the lead is cut to 8 with 9:07, and Purdue starting to make a run.
Lou Henson and I would disagree. I'll tell you what, man.
He's trying to wait one more minute and use a TV timeout.
They got to forget those TV timeouts.
Altenberger for three. Gill with a rebound. Had it stripped underneath, and Lewis takes it.
Altenberger's really going up with too many three-point. Look, they're beating him down the court now. You got to get a timeout. He better forget that TV timeout, Lou Henson.
Yeah, he's going to want it now. 8:40 to go. They cut it to 6.
Better forget it. He wants to get it as they cross midcourt. Purdue is back in the game. They're celebrating down at West Lafayette. And the General Bob Knight says, please hold this lead, Illinois.
Score Delivery Pizza.
Ouch!
Minus the delivery price. For fresh delivery taste without the delivery price, it's DiGiorno.
Now you can get the furniture, appliances, electronics, and computers you really want and leave your money at home. Only with Rent-A-Center's free until February 7th event. Yes, for a limited time, you can have brand name home merchandise, no credit checks, no credit needed, absolutely no money down, free until February 7th. But hurry, the sooner you come in, the longer it'll be free. The free until February 7th event, only at Rent-A-Center. We make it easy to make it your own.
The first stop for the nation's top recruits is signing day on ESPNU.
Everyone wins here.
Tommy Tuberville joins our experts to break down the players and their decisions.
Where does he fit? Where does he feel comfortable?
With 9 hours of coverage, you'll be sure to hear your school's name.
The University of Florida. Colorado.
And what it'll take to be on top.
Great teams are built from the inside out.
It all starts at 10 a.m. next Wednesday on ESPNU. Catch expanded coverage on ESPN2, ESPN360.com, and ESPNU.com.
Hi, I'm John Shear.
When it comes to going bald, you now have a choice. Advances in medical science have resulted in the world's first and only permanent solution to hair loss.
It is your real hair. It's your natural hair. You wash it, you cut it, you swim with it.
Bosley is the world's most experienced hair restoration experts, having pioneered virtually every major advancement in the art and science of hair restoration.
I'm very satisfied, very happy with what I've done. This has got to be one of the best decisions I've made in my life, I'll tell you that.
Bosley Hair Restoration is a relatively simple outpatient procedure. The results look completely natural, and it's affordable on nearly any budget. Call the toll-free number now to receive your free, no-obligation information kit that will help you decide if hair restoration at Bosley is right for you. You don't have to accept going bald. Do something about it right now.
Call 1-800-309-8414. That's 1-800-309-8414. Call now.
We take a look right now, and you can see Altenberger, I believe, shooting the ball a little too quickly in their half-court game. They got to get a better shot than the last two times. There's the ball popped out of Norman's hand, out of Gill's hands, and now they run the ball up the court. Now watch McCants, one of the all-wide bodies, doing an excellent job. I like this big horse. There he is, the 6'9" player with a good reverse left-handed layup.
McCants is in with 10 points, and here's what has happened to both of these ball clubs in tight games. The Boilermakers have done a great job, 27-10. Illinois, 11-17 in games decided by 5 points or less. That's one of those intangibles that can drive you crazy.
Well, at winning time, they don't use good judgment, don't take the good shot. That's all you can really attribute it to. You can't say it's just a matter of luck when it's happening over and over again. I really believe it gets down to confidence, it gets down to execution, and it gets down also to shot selection.
It's a sellout plus 16,667 here tonight at Assembly Hall in Champaign.
Here's where Ken Norman's got to be an All-American. They need a bucket down on the inside.
Kuyava from 16. That's probably not the shot Lou Henson.
No, you're not looking for that, but Ken Norman's got to come to the ball and want it.
Lewis all the way underneath. He creates the foul. It will be on Kuyava. And Purdue all at once seems to have found its second win. That's 3 straight times they've beaten Illinois down court.
They had no running game at all early in the game, Mike. All of a sudden, their offensive transition game is getting in gear. I attribute it to a little bit of a lack of effort by Illinois in getting back defensively. I think they thought this game was over.
Lewis, averaging 18.9 points a game, has 9 tonight.
They've shut the crowd down also. They've taken the sixth man. I think there's a lot of fear. I see a lot of people's eyes popping at that time saying, do we have enough time? Just like when they had that 22-point lead with Iowa.
Well, you lose a 22-point lead at home when you're an excellent ball club. It sticks in your mind for a long time.
Especially in the second half.
And the ball will go to Purdue. The officials disagreed. Lou Henson says, come on.
Right now, Purdue's being the aggressor. Early in the game, Illinois was the aggressor.
Mitchell misses a tough shot. Lee with a rebound.
A sign of being aggressive, Mike, is offensive rebounding. When you're offensive rebounding, you're blocking shots, you're forcing turnovers, you're being an aggressive team.
Kuyava, nice job of knocking it out of bounds. It was 46-30 in favor of Illinois. Purdue has scored the last 11.
And they've done it without the three-point shot. They got to get Lewis free for a jump shot off the screen.
They go inside to McCants. He kicks it back.
See, Lewis has got to learn how to read screens and run his man into a screen.
Bad pass there. Here comes Illinois. It's a 3-on-2. Altenberger. Behind Stevens. What a move.
That was a big score. They needed that score to stop the momentum. They got the crowd back in the game. Good look by Altenberger.
That was a great catch.
Yeah, great hands by Blackwell.
Excuse me, that was Glenn Blackwell. I said Stevens. He's 21 on the other side. Blackwell looked like Ozzie Smith. Mitchell just inside the line. Big bucket there. Cuts it back to 5.
All of a sudden, you see a little rhythm to the Purdue offensive game. There was no rhythm at all earlier in their offensive game.
Purdue, those couple of fast break baskets, finally got on the board in that category. Illinois has scored 14 points on the fast break. Purdue only 4 tonight.
Notice how they play off of Kuyava. They let him play outside. He's got to hang around the basket and use his great size as a tipper.
6 minutes and 39 seconds left. Norman. Bullet pass inside, and Blackwell fires and hits.
Blackwell can either be sensational or he can be non-existent. He had a tremendous game against Michigan, 28 points, and he wrapped up Gary Grant. Had a great game against Michigan State. He's from Highland Park, Michigan. Played for Darrell Percival, one of the better high school coaches in the state of Michigan.
Mitchell faked it outside that time. Collision, basket counts, and it's an offensive foul on Mitchell. But the bucket does go.
Usually that's one of those trade-off calls. We give you the deuce. Now you watch Mitchell. He's trying to make things happen. Now he's going to drive down a lane. Good head fake. Goes up strong. Ooh, maybe contact before he released the ball. Way before. That's one of those trade-offs, though. We'll give you the deuce, and we'll go the other way.
The rule is if the contact happens before the shot, there is supposed to be no basket. 5:59 to go. The Illinois bench has outscored Purdue's reserves 20-2 tonight.
That's one of the problems all year long with Purdue. Lack of inconsistency off that bench. Excellent starting 5.
There's a whistle away from the ball, and it's going to be on Blackwell.
Bill Boger really trying to take over on the floor right now because I don't see the other officials actively involved. London Bradley or also Rich Eichhorst. I hate to be so critical, but they're so vital to the game. And you got men's livelihoods at stake here, guys who are coaching. I mean, this is not just fun and games. This is not CYO on the shirt. This is the Ziggy time if you don't win, Mike. You go get the Ziggy, baby. The president comes in, he says, bye-bye, coach. And then you got to face those alumni.
Lewis will go to the line for some big free throws. He's 1 out of 2 tonight, 10 points. 76% free throw shooter on the season. Missed it.
That's a big miss. He's not shooting the ball well. He's been up and down as a shooter.
Had a chance to cut into a 5-point lead. And here's a steal.
They got to convert here. He's got to hit the trailer.
Weisinger just reached in and says, give me that.
He had to hit the trailer, but there was no communication from the guy coming from the rear.
Weisinger on the other end. It won't go for him, and a big rebound to Everett Stevens. What a defensive play by Weisinger. Lewis will try it again, and he's fouled by Ken Norman.
What I was talking about in transition, Mike, whenever you are running a transition game and you got a trailer, see right now, he's got to catch the trailer. He's got 2 people behind him. He forces the action. Good defensive play by Weisinger. Excellent hands, great anticipation. See, the trailer has got to yell. Trailer, trailer, trailer. I mean, there's 16,000 screaming here.
Blackwell will come out of the ballgame. Bardo back in with his 4 personals at the 5:17 mark. Illinois with 16 steals tonight.
That's amazing. That's just aggressive play. I like Blackwell. I think Blackwell has outstanding athletic ability. He's a solid player, but they're going for ball handling and leadership now rather than scoring by getting Bardo on the floor.
And Lewis missed another free throw. A moment ago, he missed the front end of a 1-and-1. Kuyava gets a nice hand. He goes out. And back in is 45 Lowell Hamilton.
They go to a quick lineup by getting in the jumping jack. Hamilton.
Lewis got this one. It's 50-46. The lead is down to 4.
He had 31 in that first meeting. 87-86 in a real shootout down in West Lafayette where those fans go bananas. They made my all Richter scale crowd. I mean, they really rock and roll. Here comes Jones back on the floor for Purdue. Good athlete.
That's Tony Jones, number 25, and he picks up Bardo, who's working with 4 fouls. Bardo forced that one up. Offensive rebound, Hamilton. He's been all over the boards tonight, and that's happened almost every time. He can't get it in.
He's got to develop a touch. He's throwing it up with no backspin, no rotation. He's throwing up a knuckleball.
Arnold got a break as that thing ping-pong back and forth. Stevens jumper in and out. Norman swinging those elbows.
Ooh, that's an NBA rebound. That's a man's body.
They clear out in a hurry, don't they?
They got to look for Norman a little bit offensively down in the post. Arnold can't handle him down in there if he gets ball movement.
Altenberger just inside that line. Doug Lee was trying to help out on defense and couldn't get back in time.
The 2 money players right now for Illinois have to be Altenberger. Oh, what a screen!
Arnold set a screen, and Bardo, that was almost a TKO in the first round.
What a screen.
Mitchell scores. To watch this.
Now watch this screen coming up now. Freeze it. Oh, I mean, he takes his head off, but no one communicates at all and makes any kind of... See, you got to communicate to your teammates. Screen on the left, screen on the right for you young kids out there. Hey, if I were Bardo, I say, I don't play defense, fellas. You think I'm going to give my head up like that and nobody is going to come out to help me?
That was classic Wes Unseld type screen.
Well, he had a body when he used to lay those screens, the big fella. What a class act.
He loved it, too. Mitchell with a chance for a 3-point play. He could cut the lead to 3. And does.
They've done it. They're crawling back without that jump shot by Lewis. You just know it's a matter of time before he's going to stick a jumper.
Well, this has been this way almost every Monday night. 4:07 to go in the ballgame. 3-point lead.
The Big Ten's been amazing all year long.
Hamilton won't go. Bardo wouldn't go. Oh, Bardo was right there, and it wouldn't fall for him.
Bardo's a good-looking flash.
Mitchell. And it's down to 1.
They're getting good shots in their transition game. They're not getting the layup, but they're getting the secondary phase of the running game, the pull-up jump shot.
Mitchell with a big second half is up to his average 15 points a game.
I would get a timeout if I were Lou Henson.
Hamilton had it blocked. 3-on-2. Purdue with a chance to take the lead.
You're going to get a timeout, Lou Henson. I would have gotten it earlier with the lead. Psychologically, you'd like your players to know you're on top. This crowd is ready to boo them out of here.
This has got to be a crushing turnaround for Illinois. They blew a 22-point lead earlier against Iowa. Now they've blown a 16-point lead against Purdue. 3:18 to go in this game. The Illini have dropped the lead to Purdue.
Your fingertips send information to your brain. Your brain tells your hands where to grip and how strong. This is how Infinity's intelligent all-wheel drive system works. And it feels like nothing else on the road. Available on the Infiniti G Sedan and G Coupe. Named one of Car and Driver's 10 Best for 2009.
Are you fed up with trying to find the lamp switch in a dark room? Tired of getting out of bed every night just to turn off the light? Hi, Billy Mays here for the Handy Switch, the new wireless light switch that lets you control any lamp from anywhere. Just pick the lamp you want to control and plug it into the remote receiver. Then simply peel and press the Handy Switch in place. It's that easy. And because it's wireless, there's no tools or wiring to worry about. Place a handy switch on the wall where you enter the room, or next to your bed so you don't have to get up to turn off the light. Place one upstairs so you don't have to go back downstairs. The powerful radio frequency lets you control any lamp up to 50 feet away. Just plug the lamp into the receiver and place the handy switch where you want it. And because it's wireless, you can put a light switch where you never had one before. Perfect in a child's room to put the light switch within easy reach. Or how about turning on all your holiday lights with the flick of a switch? You could even put one in your car so you could turn the lights on before you go inside. With Handy Switch, the switch you need is always right at hand. So stop stumbling around in the dark looking for the switch, and stop getting out of bed just to turn off the light. Call now and you'll get the Handy Switch for only $19.99. You'll also receive our Handy Stick-Up Light absolutely free. Just peel and place in a closet, under a cabinet, anywhere you need extra light. Yes, you get the Handy Switch and the Stick-Up Light, both for only $19.99. But call right now and we'll double this entire offer. Just pay separate shipping. That's right, you get 2 Handy Switches, 2 remote receivers, and 2 Stick-Up Lights, all for only $19.99. But you can only get this special 2-for-1 offer by calling now.
To order Handy Switch, have your credit card ready and call 1-800-469-7103. That's 1-800-469-7103. Call now.
This is excellent one-on-one defense. Watch Todd Mitchell right now defensively against number 45. Right in your face. Eat that sandwich, sends out a message by Mr. Lewis. And here comes the Evanston Flash from out of Illinois. Purdue's Everett Stevens goes coast to coast. He hangs, takes the rock to the goal, little finger roll, lays it up on the glass, and the Purdue bench explodes. Let me explain why I would have gotten a timeout earlier. I really believe when you're in command and you are leading, as we look here, they've outscored Illinois 7-zip in the last minute and 12. When you're in command, I believe psychologically you get the timeout before the opponent takes the lead, just so your players come over and they still look in a positive way at the scoreboard.
Even more than that 7-0 run, Dick. Illinois led 46-30. Probably a few folks out there went out to the convenience store to grab something. They come back and their team's been outscored 23-6.
We tried to tip them off about it. We talked about the fact that Illinois is not a finalizer. They don't close out a game. They don't put the exclamation point like Larry Donald talks about from basketball times. They don't close out the game. And we talked about the 61-39 lead against Iowa, which they left here with a loss.
Todd Mitchell has been the big scorer for Purdue. He has 15.
See, here goes the adjustment by Gene Katie. He rotates out of a man-to-man. He's playing consistently to a 1-2-2 zone.
Altenberger for 3.
He's a clutch player. He's a money player. He's a tough kid. He missed the big technical against this club last time, but he is a fighter and a scrapper.
He has had 8 game-winning baskets this year for the Illini. McCants.
Good angle inside. They got the good 45-degree angle on the entry. McCants spreads his body well down on the box inside. They have a tough time handling McCants.
McCants has a dozen. Altenberger has taken the scoring lead now for Illinois. He has 14 points.
See, here's where Ken Norman's got to be a man. He's got to make the play. I would rather see, if I'm coaching Ken Norman, get his big butt down on the box and get him the ball down low and let him take the ball to the goal where he's going to get fouled, rather than isolate him on a perimeter for a one-on-one play.
He only has 10 points tonight, averaging 21, Dick.
Some say his stock has dropped a little bit, but he hasn't played as effectively as he was earlier in the year.
2 minutes to go in a 55-55 tie. That is the shot clock that you're looking at in the lower left of your screen. Three-pointer. Truss.
Just a matter of time. We talked about it a little bit earlier. You can't keep this kid down. He's too good a shooter. He's a streaky shooter, but he was due. Law of averages were on his side. Good two-man game to get him free for that shot.
Purdue 58-55 over Illinois after they were down by 16. Loose ball knocked away. Weisinger couldn't get it to Altenberger.
Illinois' 5-on-5 play not very effective. If you were to chart them offensively and take an offensive efficiency rating, they wouldn't have a high one here in the second half.
Purdue may have dodged the biggest bullet of the season if they win this one.
They need this win. Remember, they're 1 game behind Indiana, and they have a date with the Hoosiers on Thursday in West Lafayette.
Trying to use as much of the clock as possible. Lee! Big bucket for Lee. It's a 5-point lead.
They smelled the W. They smelled the W down in West Lafayette. They're dancing. The General Bond Knight is kicking over the refrigerator, kicking over the furniture.
Make it a 6-point lead. That was a 3-pointer called late by the official in front of us. And Lou Henson has to take a timeout with 51 seconds left. And the fans beside us yelling at the officials, I think, over that last 3-point shot. I'm not sure.
They're also yelling at the coach. They're really getting on Lou Henson right now. And the guy's had a great record here since he's been here, but the fans only want to know what's happening today. They don't care about yesterday. Look at right now. Watch Lee. He's going to enter the ball. Oh, we're going to isolate Lewis. Look at Lewis now. There's Lewis now coming off the screen. He pops out the 3-point land. There's the 2-man play. Arnold kicks it out. And there's the jump shot.
Now, that was the play 2 possessions ago. The last one was the one that we felt there was a late call on the 3-point shot. Either that or I just simply missed it when they first indicated it.
Lewis has got to move a little bit more without the ball like he did there. So many players are effective with the ball, Mike, but they don't have great motion without it. You look here at Illinois' 3-for-the-money shooters. Certainly Altenberger's one. Weisinger's another. Blackwell has capabilities, but he's been on the bench.
And Altenberger can really score from that range, but they're going to need 2 of those 3-point shots to get back in it. They're down 61-55, and there's only 51 seconds left. Take a look at this last 3-pointer.
Yeah, I think Lee, my feeling was that he was definitely on the line. There comes Lee right now. Oh, he's on the line. Where's the official?
Watch the official right in front of you. He'll make a late signal.
He's on the line.
He signals for 3, and he had not signaled a 3-point shot at the moment of the shot, which is what he's supposed to do. So that was a 2-pointer. The lead should be 5, but it's 6.
Well, I've seen so many of those calls missed this year. It's one of the toughest calls for the officials to give them the benefit of the doubt. If you talk to any officials, they'll tell you they really hate making that call. They're watching the action, and that trail official, it's really tough to see at times.
We showed you how well Illinois can shoot the 3-pointer. Tonight they have not. 3 out of 12. For the Illini from 3-point range. Purdue has hit 4 of 9.
There's Gene Cady, board of directors meetings, has more meetings on the sideline. There he is with that yellow jacket. Now here comes, right now, they got to go to Altenberger. There he is, looking for the 3.
For 3.
It's lights
big
out.
Rebound to McCants. McCants had it stolen from him. And Blackwell puts it in, cuts the lead to 4.
I like Blackwell. He's a good athlete. He's got a touch. He knows how to score.
Purdue having trouble getting it in. They'll steal it.
What looked like lights out. If he hits this one, watch out. Yes. You talk about a quick turnaround. Get the timeout. They should get the timeout. They do get it.
They call timeout with 24 seconds to go.
2 great defensive plays. Mike, I'll be honest, I thought lights were out. This club looked like they were really ready to be put away. Yep. But here comes Altenberger. What a play by Blackwell. Blackwell did a great job off the offensive boards. The left-hander from out of Highland Park, Michigan. He says, Coach Henson, give me some PT, some playing time. Now here comes the ball. They're face guarding. Lee takes forever to pick up the basketball. Now he's allowed to run the baseline. There comes the ball to the corner. There's the double up. They pop the ball loose. Hamilton with the steal. They reverse it back out. Altenberger squares. That's an NBA 3-pointer. No doubt about it. And then the good timeout.
Dick, right now, this ball game should be tied at 60 instead of Purdue having the 1-point lead because Lee's 3-point shot was not. He was on the line.
Mike shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter. What all counts is what the board reads right there. In fact, the first game I did this year between Navy and North Carolina State, Navy was beaten on a situation where the officials missed a 3-point play.
Well, it's 24 seconds left. It will be Purdue's basketball. And what do you do here as the Illinois coach?
There seems to be some controversy at the sideline right now, and I don't know what they're conversing about. They certainly can't use the monitor to determine whether or not that was a 3-point shot or not.
No, but I have seen this happen this year. I had officials come over to us and ask about something else and sort of glance at the monitor in case the thing was up there. But if one official has a question, they can get together and talk to each other and reverse that ruling among themselves.
Among themselves, they can. It's a correctable error. See, he's definitely on the line. There's no doubt about it. There's the trail official now. The trail official.
Now watch, he does not signal a three-point shot until after it's made.
Because after it's made, he just assumes the bench gives up with 3 and he makes the call. Alternate possession, remember, goes to Illinois. Now let's talk a little bit about some strategy right here with Purdue. Purdue right now with 24, as Illinois has got 22 points off turnovers. Lee is going to inbounds the ball. He has to remember now, Mike, that he can move across that baseline. Remember, after a score, you have the liberty to run the baseline, even though the official's handling the basketball to him. Normally, when an official handles the ball, so he can run that baseline.
And they managed to get it in, and Lewis is fouled. Blackwell was going for the steal, didn't get it, commits the personal.
Remember now, if he converts 2, Illinois still in a position for a tie. As we look at the timeouts, Illinois is left with 0 timeouts, Purdue with 3. Remember now, if he converts these 2, Illinois still can tie this game up with a 3-point shot.
That's right.
Blackwell can shoot it, Weisinger can shoot it, and so can Altenberger.
Both coaches jockeying for position, sending players in and out. Kuyava comes back in. And Lewis, a very good free throw shooter, goes to the line tonight. He is only 2 out of 5. And he'll go there on the 1-and-1, so these are big shots.
He's due to drill the 1-and-1, I really believe, Mike. He looked good on his last jump shot. He has not shown good mechanics tonight shooting the ball. I think he's been drifting on his shot.
Jeff Arnold at 6'9", 230, number 43 for Purdue back in there out of El Toro, California.
This might mean the Big Ten right here, because if they lose tonight, they're 2 behind Indiana.
Front end of a 1-and-1, and Lewis buries it.
They need this one right now. I could see the general and all the Indiana fans, Steve Alford, right now at home saying, throw up a brick right now, and then Altenberger win it at the buzzer.
This would give his club a 3-point lead, and does. 23 seconds left. Look out for Altenberger. That's the guy they want.
See, here's where I disagree with strategy. I talked to Katie about this today. I wouldn't let them shoot that 3-pointer.
There it is.
I wouldn't let him shoot that 3-pointer, Mike. I told him today I would foul. Let him shoot the 2. I talked to Gene Katie about this today. We debated it at the shoot-around. I debated it also with... Let me explain why. I'm a believer in this, Mike.
And this is a strategy that has not come up in all of college basketball until this year.
I can't understand the logic here. First of all, this is a 40% shot on the norm nationally. Approximately 40%. In a crucial situation with a shooter like an Altenberger, it increases, I really believe, because of the concentration down the stretch. My feeling is this. If you foul and he goes to the line, too many bad things have to happen for you to lose. They have to make the 2 shots. There he is flashing number 15. I don't know what that number is. Look at Henson. He says, nice shot, Doug. I love it. He says, Lowell Hamilton. Let me explain this.
Yeah.
If you foul, he's got to go to the line. He's got to make 2 free throws. You then have to throw the ball away on the inbounds. They have to steal it. They have to convert it. I would rather take my chance on all of those things possibly happening than let a guy shoot the stationary jump shot, which is a 40% plus shot.
Especially with Altenberger, who's hit 3 of his last 4 from 3-point range and 5 out of 8 in the second half. The guy knows how to shoot 22-footers.
Mike, it's just ironic. We debated this today. We had a lot of fun. Yeah. Gene Katie, in fact, said to me, Dick, I think today I'll do it your way. And if I lose, I'm going to blame you if they steal the inbounds. Well, he didn't do it my way. And we're looking at an OT possibly, but there are 8 seconds left in the clock. And remember this, Illinois certainly can't foul right now. They're in the driver's seat. Purdue should come up with a good shot out of this. I would jam it to the inside.
Altenberger has taken the scoring lead in the game with 17. Maybe this is deja vu. Last Monday night we had triple overtime. Indiana, Wisconsin. You ready for 3 of those?
Well, I'll tell you this. Gene Katie said, you're not going to hear me scream about the lateness of the game. He said, I love the exposure we're getting on ESPN.
63-63 with 8 seconds left. Boy, Purdue has made one whale of a comeback, being down 16, and then they look like they left Illinois for dead, and Illinois has come back.
Yeah, it's an absolute unbelievable Big Ten. It's been one story like this all year long.
They got plenty of time taking the ball at mid-court after running the ball up to get a good shot with 8 seconds. Clock doesn't start until the ball is touched by Stevens. There it is. I would go inside. I would go inside with it.
Altenberger lost the rebound. We'll go overtime.
It's so easy to coach here, but I would have dumped that ball inside and forced them to foul me or play me down in the boxes. I don't think they needed the long-range jumper.
We're tied at 6-3. One last look at it.
See, look at him inside. Look at Mitchell. Look at Mitchell, 33. He's begging. They throw up the bomb. Don't even look inside. Oh, they're jumping with joy in Bloomington, Indiana. Gene Katie saying, please, please go in. Oh, wow, 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 wow.
Lou Henson on the other end.
Lou Henson said, I love it. They're giving me another life here, another 5 minutes.
Well, so we go overtime.
Frequent heartburn used to ruin my evenings, so I tried Prilosec OTC. It works all day and all night, so now heartburn won't keep coming back. Try Prilosec OTC, the round-the-clock heartburn blocker.
After a long discussion with my friends and my family, I've decided to sign with the Cleveland Browns, baby.
LeBron James is done in the sports world.
LeBron electrifies football.
Unbelievable. Yeah, #1. LeBron, you're going to miss the bus. LeBron, wake up. Everybody's on the bus.
When I'm there for the best day of the week, State Farm's there.
Let's go.
I got $583 from cashforgold.com.
With gold, silver, and platinum at their highest value in decades, cashforgold.com is able to give you top dollar for your unwanted jewelry. Just call the number below and ask for your free, prepaid, insured refiner's return pack. Fill the envelope with your unwanted or broken gold, silver, and platinum jewelry and mail it to our processing center. A safe, reliable transaction with satisfaction guaranteed.
ESPN, your NBA destination. Tomorrow night, the high-flying Warriors storm into Dallas to take on Jason Kidd, Dirk Nowitzki, and the Mavs.
What a shot from Nowitzki!
Tomorrow night at 9 Eastern on ESPN.
A top 5 showdown on Wednesday Night Hoops. Are you kidding me? Duke, the nation's top-ranked team. Number 4 Wake, looking to rebound from last week's upset. Duke, Wake Forest, 7 p.m. tomorrow on ESPN.
It'll be awesome, baby!
Always paid off my credit cards, but when I lost my job, I couldn't keep up.
When I got my credit card statement, I knew I was in deep trouble.
We thought we were ready for retirement.
But on our fixed income, the credit card payments were just impossible.
If you're struggling with credit card debt, now a solution is only 5 minutes away. Debt.com is the answer to reducing and eliminating your credit card debt, starting with just one call.
Debt.com hooked me up with a professional who got me payments I could afford.
Now we're in control again.
I don't know how we would have made it without Debt.com.
My credit cards are under control now. I can't imagine what I would have done without Debt.com.
It can happen to anyone, at any time, and it's probably not your fault. Talk to a professional who specializes in your situation, and you could start reducing your debt in the next 5 minutes. Call Debt.com for a confidential free consultation and fix it fast.
Call 1-800-506-6029 now.
Look at Gene Katie. He said life has never been tougher. This guy played for the Pittsburgh Steelers. He loves baseball, loves the New York Yankees. Remember, George Steinbrenner was a former coach at Purdue University. Maybe he'll hire Gene Katie to manage the Yankees.
Well, he would be one of several, wouldn't he?
Well, I'll tell you what, we got ourselves another war here. Last time in overtime, Purdue escaped at home with a 1-point win.
A lot of similarities between this game and last. In the last game at West Lafayette, it was Doug Lee who hit a three-pointer near the buzzer to put it into overtime. Tonight, it was Doug Altenberger for Illinois who hit 2 three-pointers down the stretch to put this one in overtime.
I still don't understand this strategy, and it's not only Gene Katie. It seems to be almost universal.
It is.
Let the guys shoot the three-pointer rather than foul.
And I agree with you.
I disagreed with the general, and you know I think so much of his coaching ability. And I told him head-to-head, I said, Bob, I really believe you got a foul in that situation.
Illinois has been in overtime twice this year, lost both. Purdue is 1-0. That was against Illinois. Lewis Just threw that one up in the air. Mitchell offensive rebound. Got the follow.
Good offensive rebound by Mitchell. Normally, statistically, Mike, if you were to check the results of overtime games, they usually favor the home team.
Mitchell has 17 points, the leading scorer for Purdue. Great pass by Kuyava inside. And Blackwell is mud.
It was an excellent pass by Kuyava. He looks right over the top of the defense with his great size, and he throws the Wes Unseld-style pass, the over-the-head pass. He drives it down inside to Blackwell. I like Blackwell. I think Blackwell knows how to score. He's got that natural scorer's instincts.
Fouls on McCants, his third. Blackwell, 8 points. This is his first trip to the line tonight. Has not been starting.
No, he hasn't
been inconsistent for him.
Yeah, he's been up and down. He's been an enigma because he has a lot of potential, a lot of talent. Anytime you can score 54 points in 1 week, you got some talent.
Hits them both. Blackwell in with 10, and we're tied at 65. Leading scorers in the ball game, Altenberger and Mitchell, both with 17 points. This is Mitchell into McCants.
Oh, I like. Oh, he lost it. Well, the ball slipped out of his hands. Stevens hits the open jump shot. The ball slipped out of McCants' hands, but he did an excellent job of using his body to get free on the interior.
I think Eddie just embarrassed the daylights out of him. Made a great fake to get up, and the ball went the other way.
He said, "Where are you?"
67 to 65.
I'll tell you a guy that's been disappearing, Kenny Norman. He has disappeared. Altenberger hasn't.
Norman almost lost the handle on it. Back to Kuyava. Tried to hand it to Norman and lost it.
Ken Norman down the stretch has not played like a solid goal All-American. Hasn't played like a guy that has taken the game over, a la Danny Manning or Reggie Williams. Those guys make things happen late in the game.
2-point ball game. Purdue with the lead and the basketball. 3:15 to go in overtime. That's the shot clock in the lower left of your screen.
They run their motion game. They pass and they screen away.
Tough pass that Mitchell tried, and it's picked off by Weisinger.
Not a good look.
To tie it, Tony Weisinger.
Very quiet player, but an outstanding player. Gene Cady just absolutely furious because they did not get a shot in their half-court game. When you come up empty and don't get a shot with the possession, that'll drive a coach totally bananas.
Stevens and Blackwell. Blackwell really playing physical defense against them. There's been about 3 bumps in the last couple of possessions. Mitchell off balance jumper. Altenberger rebound.
Not getting the good shot out of their offense. It's one pass down the floor, down to the box, taking a bad shot by Mitchell.
Illinois has had quite a defensive show tonight. 19 steals. Hamilton has 5. Weisinger has 4. Once again, we'll show you the shot clock. Tipped away that time by McCants.
We've seen a turnover by Illinois, a turnover by Purdue, because both guys have tried to make direct entries from the foul lane. A tough pass. They don't have the good angle. To get the good angle, you got to get it to the wing, where you get that good 45-degree angle on the entry. See, get it over to Stevens, and they had McCants. You got to recognize that as a player.
Lewis, tough shot, and Lewis has 18, make it 17 points.
And his mom is here. She's dancing in the aisles. Stevens showing some leadership, turned around and looked at his teammates and said, "Let's play some defense, baby."
69-67. Purdue by 2. We're in overtime with 1:37 and counting from Champaign, Illinois.
You can cut that intensity here. You can just feel the electricity.
Altenberger on Lee. Shot won't go. Altenberger, and Lee is down.
Lou Henson begging, can't believe the call. Rich Eichhorst with the call.
Lee is down, gesturing to his knee, and now he's waving his teammates away. He says, "I don't need the help." He wants to stay in the ball game.
He's a tough kid. He's one of the guys I talked about as an all Kurt Rambis. There comes Altenberger. He leans in with the shoulder. He definitely leans in, Mike. He definitely leans in with the shoulder. He broke the plane defensively, leans in with the left shoulder, and runs down Doug Lee.
Lee with 14 points, limping down the court. He, like Altenberger, a very tough kid.
They got beautiful fans here. They really get excited. I really enjoyed meeting with many of them before the game, and they're really excited about their Illinois basketball program.
Purdue with a 2-point lead in the basketball, 1:28 left.
They do a good job out of the pressure attack, getting the ball to Stevens' hand, even though they didn't do that well late in the game, which forced this game to go to overtime. Look at the shot clock coming down.
Now Gill is back in there, and he is guarding Stevens.
See, I don't believe they can handle McCants in there. If they know how to swing the ball side to side and get some ball movement, eventually they can post up McCants down in that box.
Purdue working on the clock. We're down to 1 minute on the game clock. You see the shot clock on your screen. Stevens for three.
Oh, what a big play by Everett Stevens. And he shot it so calm, cool, and collective from out of Evanston, Illinois. And a real leader on the floor.
5-point lead, and Illinois back in a big hole. They hold up to 15 sign. Last time that was Altenberger from the top of the circle. This time it's Gill with a running one-hander. And Purdue's back in the driver's seat.
Well, they're the boss right now. They're totally in command. He's hurt. He's hurt right now. He's going to get a timeout. He's trying to get the officials to give him a time.
Now, he had apparently had a cramp in his leg or an injury to his knee. He wanted the official to call a time instead of using his own.
Well, the official didn't recognize that it was hurt, Mike. They did not recognize it. It wasn't a very visible situation at the time. He just started to reach down, and eventually they looked down at him, but he had to use one of their timeouts.
So Purdue did call the time with 28 seconds left.
Remember, you get an extra timeout with each overtime period. There's the three-pointer by Everett Stevens. Big basket by the Evanston Flash. Look at Gene Katie being very calm, very relaxed. Look at the paid. Look at the coaches, the assistants fall back.
That's the calmest he's been all night.
The calmest. His wife is jumping with joy on the sideline. There's Lou Henson along with, I don't know who's going to get the hairstyle of the year, Bover or Henson. Timeouts left. Purdue with 2, Illinois with only 1.
I think Lou Henson is talking about that last timeout.
They have not learned how to win down the stretch, Illinois. They haven't really learned how to close games out. As we look at Purdue on the foul line, certainly McCants is a guy you'd want to foul in this situation. He's only shooting 57%. But you look at Illinois and the number of losses they have had down the stretch. Their team plays with no confidence when the game is on the line. See, he's begging for the timeout. He's holding his leg. I got a cramp. Phil Boba looks at him, says, I don't know what he said. And he finally calls the timeout because he knows he's being attacked defensively by Weisinger.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think the official can call a timeout for an injury unless the player's in some kind of jeopardy.
Well, you can call a timeout. It's the official's discretion if the offensive team has possession of the ball. If in that case the defensive team was trying to call the timeout, you can't take away the advantage from the offensive team. But the official would have to realize that you're hurt. He did not realize it there in that situation.
Ken Norman has played 44 minutes tonight. He's had a 1-minute break. Maybe that's why he has not been quite as effective late in this ballgame.
He's a beautiful kid. I spoke to him at length today. He told me he was going to bounce back from his poor showing against Ohio State in that win, but he has really been AWOL here down the stretch. And to me, when you're a great talent, you have to be the leader on that court. You got to find a way to get free.
There's the story we told you about earlier on Illinois. Those 4 Big Ten losses by a total of 12 points. One of those, they were up 22 against Iowa at home. In this game, they were up 16 over Purdue.
See, I think people thought we were just trying to keep them here when they were up 16, and we said, hey, this team is known to play some bad spurts. Now look at this.
And Gill is fouled after he makes the steal. They're going to call it on Doug Lee.
This is absolutely a nightmare for Gene Katie. Twice his team's been in a position to win the game. They do a great job against the pressure all game long. And then in a crucial situation, they can't get the ball in bounds. They can't make the good play.
McCants will come back in. Gill will go to the line.
Now right here, look at Altenberger. He pops the ball loose. And there it is. They get possession, and there's the foul. Stops the clock.
Tough situation for freshman Kendall Gill. He is only a 61% free throw shooter.
Yeah, he doesn't have good rotation and follow-through, but looked good right there.
Big one there. Makes it a 4-point game, 72-68. This one gets them within 1 long-range bucket.
Yeah, this gets them within a 1 possession where they can tie the game.
And they've got that chance.
Now here comes the face guard pressure. They're trying to get the ball to Stevens.
And Lee wanted a timeout. The official calls him.
No, there was a foul before. One official saying he called a timeout first, but Phil Bova said, no, I got the foul before. Phil Bova taking over. makes the call, said I have the foul prior to the timeout call by London Bradley. The officials tonight have not had good chemistry in working together, and they do work together, but the crew has not done a good job together in making that quick call with authority.
Well, as an example on that one, I thought they had the timeout before the foul was called.
Okay, now right now, he's trying to get, here he is moving on the base. Now he's trying to get the timeout. Now, what comes first, the timeout or the foul? There's the foul in the top corner. Fulbova says, I got the foul. London Bradley said, I got the timeout.
Yeah, the official who was not in the picture was the one that was signaling the timeout. Now, Stevens with 9 points tonight goes to the line here. 1-1. And got the shooter's roll.
Remember, what takes precedent, whatever took place first, that's the call that counts.
Stevens with 10. It is again a 4-point lead.
I would apply some pressure defensively after the score. I would put some pressure, just a token pressure to make them work on bringing the ball up the court. They got to hit the deuce. See, right now with a 5-point deficit, you score 2 or 3, it doesn't matter. You still need 2 possessions.
Weisinger makes it for 3. Cuts it back to a 2-point game at 74-72.
Or 2 or 3 wouldn't matter in that case, Mike, because you still need 2 possessions to tie the game.
14 seconds to go in overtime. Don't go away.
Score Delivery Pizza.
Ouch!
Minus the delivery price. For fresh delivery taste without the delivery price, it's DiGiorno.
At eHarmony, we match you with other singles based on compatibility. And the best part is, you can review all your matches absolutely free. Aren't you curious to see who you'd be matched with? eHarmony.com. Review all your matches for free.
They say a man should always dress for the job he wants. So why am I dressed up like a pirate in this restaurant? It's all because some hacker stole my identity. Now I'm in here every evening serving chowder and iced tea. Should have gone to freecreditreport.com. I could have seen this coming at me like an atom bomb. They monitor your credit and send you email alerts, so you don't end up selling fish to tourists in t-shirts.
Offer applies with enrollment and Triple Advantage.
In this economy, we just can't afford a vacation.
I can help, but you must say exactly what I say, exactly how I say it. Honey, I just got a great deal on a 4-star hotel at Priceline. There's never been a better time to name your own price and save up to half off. Sweet lips.
We can afford that. But why are you speaking that way?
I guess I'm just speaking the language of the deal.
Economy got you down? Mortgage payments, gas prices, and what about those utility bills? Introducing the economic stimulus package from Magic Jack. Magic Jack is the amazing money-saving device that eliminates your monthly phone bill, putting up to $1,000 a year back in your pocket, tax-free. Spend it any way you want. Take a trip. The choice is yours. It's your money. Magic Jack is America's largest telephone network, providing local and long-distance phone service at the lowest price in history. Only $39.95 for the first year, and then additional years drop to only $19.95. Imagine $19.95 a year, less than $1.75 for a month's worth of free local and long distance. You get a phone number for life, free voicemail, free caller ID, even free directory assistance. In 2009, Magic Jack customers will get back savings over $1 billion. How much will you get? Fire your phone company. Start saving today.
14 seconds to go in overtime. Purdue leading Illinois. Stay with us on ESPN. The Sports Center follows this show with all the scores, highlights, and a roundup of everything going on in sports.
Well, now defensively, Mike, they got to come out with their full court trapping pressure. First of all, they got to try to force the 5-second violation. Remember, the ball has to touch a player on the floor prior to the count of 5. So that eliminates the long pass, basically. Number 2, if they don't make the force the turnover in that situation, then you try for the steal. You don't make the steal, they get possession of the ball. You got to look to foul and trap aggressively.
They've had 20 steals tonight. That's just absolutely incredible.
They pop it loose. They get a foul on Altenberger.
Altenberger called for the personal. That's his 3rd.
Only 1 second went off the clock.
We're down to 13. Now, Illinois or Purdue needs to make the front end of a 1-and-1 to make it a 3-point game.
The reason he brings the big guy in right now, he's bringing in the extra rebounder for size.
Great game tonight for Doug Lee. 14 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists.
Very aggressive game by Lee.
Mitchell, 3 out of 3 from the line tonight. 71% on the season, as you see. That makes it a 3-point game.
Just like football, Mike, so many games are won with your special teams. This, to me, is the special team. Making free throws, like your punting game. You got to convert these if you want to be a winner.
This is the big one, and it goes. A 4-point lead with 13 seconds left.
Stevens ran over. He was asking Katie, should I foul and not let him shoot the three-pointer?
Weisinger for 3, won't go. And a little contact inside. We have the foul, 1-1 with 5 seconds left. That's what you would have liked to see.
Oh, I would have definitely, if he was, well, with a 4-point lead, no.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, but if it were 3 points again, Stevens ran over and was asking Katie, and I would have definitely fouled. Well, get ready for the show. I would do anything. Look at Katie now. He tries to be so calm. His assistant coach is literally tense. I can't take it. I can't take it.
I can't believe it, he said.
I can't believe it. But I'll tell you what. Do you think there'll be any electricity Thursday night in West Lafayette? I'd do anything to be sitting at courtside. I'm going to be down at the Pauley Pavilion in UCLA, and I want to know what happened down there. It's academic. It's Purdue and Indiana Thursday. What a shootout that'll be.
Altenberger hits another three-pointer at the buzzer. Doug Altenberger with 23 points and a courageous ball game, but Purdue comes back from 16 points down in regulation, ties up Illinois in regulation, and wins it in overtime.
They just don't do a job with shot selection when they had the big lead. So Illinois leaves here with the L.